but take your time and space.
Whoa. Let's go. Oh, shit.
Let's talk about the protests in LA. Videos like you just saw give people a false impression. The media, especially right-wing media, has decried protests in Los Angeles as violent, as riots. But pay attention to what Jacob Sobroff was saying just before cops started firing.
I want to reiterate, this looks very intimidating. This has remained 100% peaceful as far as I have seen. People are out here with their signs. Here, may I show your sign, ma'am? Can I? Your sign says...
We are not criminals.
Whoa, let's go.
Peaceful protest. We're not doing nothing wrong.
Whoa.
We have the freedom of speech.
Go. Guys, let's go. Let's back up here. Obviously, people are unhappy, Ari. People don't want to see horses trampling. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Hey, Ari, we're okay. We're going to keep going. Stay with us if you can. JB, want to move a little faster back. They're pushing people with horses, which obviously gets people freaked.
Jacob, you're on camera, but do what you need to do. You're on camera, but take your time and space.
Whoa. Let's go. Oh, shit.
Yes, the No Kings protest in Los Angeles was 100% peaceful. I was there. Maybe some of you were. And maybe some of you were at No Kings protests in your city. Across the country, millions of people showed up. Over 1 million people were in Boston alone. And they all went off without a hitch. At least from participants. In some cities, you had Proud Boys showing up, but they were drowned out. But participants of the protests were 100% peaceful, especially in LA. So when you see cops deliberately escalating like that, please understand that is not an isolated incident. But let's talk more about these No Kings protests. Over 2,000 protests were held nationwide. In LA, the crowd was enormous. You can see the crowd size here, and I cannot stress enough, that is not everybody. And I took some videos of my own. There were people everywhere. The city was out in full force. And it was awesome just seeing people out there of all walks of life in many different political persuasions, all under one unifying theme. While No Kings was the banner, most people were there because ICE has been conducting raids in Los Angeles. They are upending families. They are deporting people, in some cases wrongfully. And what was really encouraging about it is these people are going to be more engaged going forward. That's the benefit of a protest of this scale. Now they recognize they're not alone in this. They're not alone in feeling upset. You fight back against the atomization that so many of us feel. Maybe they ran into a friend or a coworker. Maybe they went with their neighbor. Connections were strengthened yesterday. Maybe new ones were formed. All of it was within fighting back and taking action. And what's really impactful is people who are potentially at risk of deportation, or maybe their friends or family or loved ones are, or maybe they're just part of the broader community which is under attack. Now they don't feel as alone. While threats from ICE and DHS are still present, maybe they're not as scared because people showed up. And again, these people are more likely to take action going forward. I want to give you a sense of what that looks like. After the No Kings protest in Los Angeles, people started to gather in Highland Park, which is a neighborhood northeast of downtown Los Angeles. They gathered at the intersection of York and Figueroa. When I got there was around 100 people. Some were waving signs and people would beep. As time went on, more and more people began to show up, and it turned into this. There were at least several hundred, 1,000, maybe more. Every corner was covered, and just about every single car that went through that intersection was laying on their horn, waving their signs, cheering back. And all of that was to show this community is not going to stand for these deportations. We want ICE out of here. It was a really powerful, unifying moment. And in many ways, I felt that was more significant than being part of the No Kings protest downtown, despite its size. This was much more intimate, and you got that community feedback. There is certainly power in both, but my personal preference was gathering on the corner. But what about today? Today is Sunday. I saw on Instagram that ICE was staging outside of the city. I checked that account about an hour later, and people had already shown up and were following ICE vehicles around, laying on their horns to warn everybody that ICE was coming. One of the things I think about a lot in regards to American politics and society is the sense of isolation that many people feel. Their engagement with politics is largely through consumption, through watching the news or reading an article or just following something on social media. What's really fascinating to me about these protests in Los Angeles is that it's leading to something more substantive. It is creating and inspiring direct community response. My neighborhood has already formed a rapid response group if ICE shows up. So for many of us, we'll show up if ICE comes through town, or we'll show up to protect community events. Let's say you don't live in LA. How does this affect you? It may not be happening there now, but it will soon. So what I suggest to you is start to build the infrastructure in your city to be ready if and when ICE does come. It doesn't even have to be a major city. It can be a small town. Start to reach out to your trusted friends, your colleagues, your neighbors, people you know will do the right thing. People you know who want to be on the right side of history, and start to form similar infrastructure in your town. Download and email out Know Your Rights information. If you can, print some out and give them to your friends and neighbors. Maybe you met people at your No Kings protest. Remain in contact with them and start to do this together. There is power in community grassroots organizing. We can't rely on our elected officials to lead the way. While some are speaking out, they're not going to be who saves us. But to bring it back to the start, the media, and especially right-wing media, will try to decry all of this. They'll try to smear you as rioters. They will try to attack you and tear you down for exercising your First Amendment rights. Do not let them. And remember who is violent in these situations. Remember where the violence originates. You have the opportunity right now to do something proactively to protect your community. I would encourage all of you to seize it. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Can't thank you enough.